I want to take this opportunity to thank the organizers of this event for inviting me to trace Professor Laban Ayiro's leadership journey. I would have loved to attend the function physically, but I am at the moment tucked in a small corner of East Africa on an equally important assignment of building East African brotherhood. I am at Kabale University in Western Uganda, and just to say something about Kabale, it is a beautiful, scenic town with the university as its outstanding jewel. It has a unique climatic condition. At this corner of East Africa, you will always experience chilly, misty mornings and cold evenings. It is a good experience. I only wish that our people traveled widely in Kenya and East Africa to appreciate the beauty that lies in our midst and appreciate one another as human beings and not members of tribes. This would help us get rid of prejudices, stereotypes, and crude tribalism of which Professor Laban Ayiro has suffered through without bitterness. I therefore wish to first bring to you greetings from the Inter-University Council of East Africa and Kabale University. Let me not get lost in my East Africanness. One thing that makes Professor Laban Ayiro's journey pleasurable is his ability and perhaps inborn character of remaining positive even in depressing conditions. He brings to us this deep perception of life through this book. Where do I start in tracing Professor Laban Ayiro's journey? I agonized over this when I was planning what to say. This morning, one statement I read long time ago kept ringing in my head. The statement was uttered by one of William Shakespeare's characters in his play entitled Twelfth Night. This play was written in the year 1602. Fortunately, the statement describes Ayiro's journey pretty well. The statement reads, "Some people are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them." Professor Ayiro was not born great, as I will demonstrate shortly. Why? Because he didn't have noble or high-ranking parents. He was not born a prince. He had no powerful connections, but has risen to make a big difference in the world. In fact, he emerged from poverty and squalor of extreme proportions. He achieved greatness by sheer hard work, focused mind, honest service, and an overbearing patriotic spirit. He has had to accept that fate of greatness. I have known Professor Ayiro since 1987. I was then a university student at Kenyatta University, and he was then the principal of a small school in Vihiga County called Kegoye Secondary School. It was during the long holiday, I remember very well. So I walked to his office and requested him to give me an opportunity to teach in the school for 2 months. He gladly gave me the opportunity, and this began a long, fruitful friendship that has lasted for over 25 years. I have followed Professor Ayiro's career to date, but more significantly, as a creative writer, I've been greatly influenced by his character. In my latest novel, Journey to Becoming, I almost got out of control and built my main character called Mutiga on some of the attributes I have read in Professor Ayiro's character. Professor Ayiro didn't start as a vice chancellor at Daystar University. He was first a humble, dedicated chemistry teacher and principal of several high schools. Due to this dedication to education, he has served as Provincial Director of Education, Deputy Director of Staff Training, at the Kenya Education Management Institute, Senior Deputy Director for Policy and Planning at the Ministry of Education Headquarters, Senior Deputy Director for Research and Curriculum Development at the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, Director of Quality Assurance and Standards at Moi University, Acting Deputy Vice Chancellor, Administration, Planning and Development at Moi University, and also as Acting Vice Chancellor at Moi University. Professor Ayiro is a Fulbright scholar, a leading consultant in research, organizational leadership, and performance, and a professor of research methods and statistics. It was the great philosopher Socrates who said that an examined life is not worth living. Indeed, Professor Ayiro's life journey should naturally interest us to reflect on and examine our lives. There are a number of take-home facts from Ayiro's life. First, to echo Norman Vincent Peale, no wind favors he who has no destination. To achieve greatness, one needs to set goals and aspire to be something. Secondly, your background does not matter. You can achieve greatness even when you come from extremely disadvantaged background. The Almighty, who knew us before we were born, is always happy with those who offer honest service. He is bound to reward them. Lastly, Professor Ayiro's life demonstrates that we may not be in control of what people do or what happens to us, but we should be in control of our attitude towards what happens to us. This nation needs more Ayiro's to emerge from the mundane perspectives that foreground unfairness and selfishness. Such people in Kinyarwanda language are called inyangamugayo, men and women of dignity who cannot be compromised. As Professor Ayiro says in this book, we must all take care of the granary. How? Through prudent management of the resources that the Almighty has put in our midst. God bless you.